You don't want that. You said you want to be in control. I'm confused, okay? It's going to be very interesting. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Kiosha, the lawyer that doesn't practice. I'm a mid-level government bureaucrat, and I am a moonlighter in creativity. I have this pen in my hand. I have some notes. But today's video is going to be about season 13, episode 1 of Married at First Sight. I've been watching Married at First Sight maybe for the past 4 or 5 seasons, and I am just fascinated at this show, this social experiment. It's just fascinating how you've never met someone, you go from complete strangers to being married, and then you make a choice in 6 weeks whether or not to stay married. It's fascinating. So I wanted to do some sort of review type thing on my channel. Of something that I loved, or something that I enjoy watching. So it was a no-brainer, right? Married at First Sight. I'm not gonna talk about the train wreck that was last season, because oh my God, it was insane. And I don't know, this show is just so interesting. I heard a number somewhere that only 25% of the couples historically throughout the whole franchise have stayed together. So it's so interesting that 13 seasons in, it's still going strong. But I get it, it's TV, it's good TV. Train wreck maybe for the couples, but that's neither here nor there, right? So there are 5 couples, and I think they're a pretty good looking cast. They're all conventionally attractive. And everybody seems pretty interesting so far. There are some people who've kind of showed their hand. But the cast seems pretty interesting. So first things first, the first couple that they showed was Mirla and Gil. And yeah. Let's talk about Mirla, right? Mirla, what did they call her? What was her tagline? The picture perfect princess, right? And like I said, I think she's a beautiful woman. She seemed nice, and kind of like her footage introducing her. You can automatically see that she loves nice things. She enjoys nice things. Nothing at all wrong with that. Shoot, if you work hard and you can pay for it, absolutely. She's a bit of a prima donna, and she's just really high maintenance. She seems to really know what she wants. She seems to really know what she doesn't want, and I don't know, she seems like it was really interesting trying to figure out how to find her a match. But overall, she seems nice. Let's see what I wrote down. Yeah, she wants someone who is super well off, and she wants someone, or she made it a point to say that she's not going to compromise for what it is that she wants, right? So I'll kind of leave that there. And then let's hop over to Gil, right? Same thing, nice looking guy, athletic. Oh, and she is, I can't remember what they said her nationality was. I don't know, I'll put it in. But I know he's Colombian. But he seems like a nice enough guy. He's a firefighter. What else did it say? He's looking for someone who's passionate. He's looking for someone who's real. He said he was looking for someone who was straightforward, which it kind of seems like Mirla at first glance. And so one of the points that Gil mentioned was it takes him a long time to trust strangers. I guess because of, what happened to his dad with the home invasion and his dad being murdered. But he said he had a hard time opening up to strangers, but he's marrying a stranger. I don't know, it's going to be interesting. And then even back to Mirla, kind of growing up, seeing domestic abuse. I wonder what that has done for her trust and how guarded she is, and like, how prepared she's going to be to actually get to know someone, be matched up with them, and like make it work in the long run. I don't know. And like a lot of the couples, even historically, it's like, maybe you guys should have really gotten some serious therapy before going on the show. I don't know. We'll see. This couple, it's going to be very interesting. I think she did say she's not into bald guys, but I think she's going to find him attractive. I think they're going to have a lot of passion. I think they're going to be very fiery, which, translates well in the bedroom, and arguments, not so well. I think things are going to be really explosive with those two. And I think the major clash will be finances. I think the number one reason that couples divorce, I mean, if I'm wrong, let me know in the comments, but I think the number one reason that married couples divorce is because of finances. And so if she likes nice things, right? If she enjoys nice things, and if he's this down-to-earth fireman, it seems like they're gonna clash really heavily. Like, she made it a point to say she does not want to compromise on the things that she wants. And so while there's nothing wrong with wanting nice things, I work hard, I buy myself nice things, there's nothing wrong with that. The problem comes in when you are maybe unwilling to compromise. And maybe in this case, I don't know, it's too early to call, but I don't know if this was a good matchup. But we'll see, right? It's really early. We'll see. But on to the next couple. See, so we have Michaela and we have Zach. And I'm interested in this couple. I'm very interested in this couple. Like I said, they picked really good looking people. I mean, everybody's beautiful. But yeah, Michaela, she's, her tagline is the stubborn sweetheart. And then I think Zach's tagline was like the Renaissance man or something. Or no, the romantic idealist. And so, first glances, they seem like a pretty good matchup. Michaela's super outgoing, bubbly, speaks her mind. She self-identifies as stubborn, but most humans are. She said she used to be shallow at one point. I don't know. She seems very down to earth. She seems very close to her family. There was a tragedy where she lost her father to a drunk driver. And so, she's still coping with that, understandably. But I think, like, in the grand scheme of things, she seems relatively normal. Like, she seems like one of my homegirls. She seems like one of my friends. Like, we would absolutely have a great time together, right? And then you have Zach. Zach's parents, I think they were married 20 plus years. So he's seen that stability. One point, neither of the two have ever been in love, right? We'll come back to that though. His parents were married, 28 years. Something that was really interesting. He said that they asked, like, why are you still single? And he said that he has an ideal in his head that no one has ever lived up to. Okay, so, that's interesting. He's never been in love. Maybe his expectations may be a little unrealistic. I don't know. We'll see. I love his parents. I love Zach's parents. He does seem to be a sweetheart. What throws me off is he seems to be idolizing marriage, but not necessarily like being married. Like he said, he's never been in love. She said the same thing too. She's never been in love. And so it's so interesting. Like, how do you guys know this is something that you want if you've never been in love? And that's, you know, that's probably an illogical fallacy. Because I know that I would like to make a shit ton of money, and I've never had, you know, $1 million, but I still know I'd like to make a shit ton of money. So I don't know. I just think love is different. I don't know. But it seems to me, as far as like looks, passion, attraction, I think they will both be incredibly attracted to one another. I think their sex life will be, again, pretty explosive. But on the actual day-to-day of being married, I think they are going to struggle. I definitely think they're going to struggle. Like thinking back to Ryan, how he had never been in love, and let's not even go into the whole divorce thing, but just generally Ryan, how he had never been in love. He had never told anyone that he loved them, and kind of like how you saw Clara react to that. I think it's going to be similar with these two. Like, I feel like they're going to be looking for something that the other one won't be able to give initially. Because, like I said, neither of them has actually been in love. I think he said his longest relationship was 9 months. So they're definitely in for some challenges, I think. You know, like I said, I think they'll be passionate, right? And I think the looks will keep them both, or the passion will keep them both involved, at least initially. But I think both of them is gonna have one hell of a, you know, growth journey during this season. I'll say that. And so let's go to the next couple, shall we? And we have Bao and Johnny. And wow, I mean, the couples are so interesting, and we'll talk about kind of how I feel about Bao, but the couples are just so interesting, and they actually have a pretty diverse cast. And like I said, everybody's just so damn good looking. But yeah, Bao's tagline was Miss High Bar, and you know, from what we saw from her, she definitely, you know, has a really high bar. And it's so interesting, like I can kind of relate to her on some things, and you know, maybe we'll talk about that at some point. But she's really interesting. And then Johnny's tagline is Life of the Picky Party. And so they both have that in common. They both seem to be really picky. They both seem to want what they want, and they both seem to not be too keen on compromising. But let's break down Bao a little bit. She mentioned that she was feeling a lot of pressure from her parents. I think they said she was 35, so you know, I'm sure a lot of people can relate to like their parents being super annoying when it comes to like, when are you getting married? When are you having children? So that's a thing to kind of take into consideration. She seems to be maybe a little bit of OCD with the spreadsheet, with the Excel spreadsheet for everything. One thing that I thought was interesting that she said was whenever she's on a first date with someone, she's immediately thinking about finding someone better. Which will be interesting, like how much will be enough for her? Will the perfect person that they chose for her, will he be enough? I don't know, just her history, like the fact that you're on a date with a guy for the first time and you're automatically like, I can do better. And like every date though, I don't know. It's interesting. So she grew up poor, like very poor. They showed the trailer. She said she's willing to put her all into this. She's just really interesting. I know I keep saying interesting. Her roommate said that any man that was going to be with her would have to be patient. And just from what we've seen so far, that is very true. It seems to be very true. Like I said, she likes things how she likes them, period. That's how it seems to me. And if you don't like it, oh fucking well, you know. And where I say I can relate is like, you know, but maybe before my 30s, you know, when I was dating, I was very much the same. If you don't fucking like it, you can go. With like things that people should probably compromise on. Like things were just always about me. I was pretty selfish, pretty self-centered. And so that's, you know, I can relate, right? But Johnny has daddy issues. A lot of people have daddy issues. But what you see on television depicted a lot of the time is them showing women who have daddy issues. So it's kind of refreshing to see this man in real time dealing with his daddy issues. Yeah, that's one thing. I'm interested to see how that's going to manifest in this relationship. Because he knew that his dad was not going to approve of the relationship, but he called seeking his dad's approval anyway. It's going to be interesting. Again, he's picky. He seems to be OCD. When he was cleaning, talking about his routines with like sanitizer and washing his hands. He said he's attracted to hygiene. That was really interesting. He self-identified as or did he self-identify, or did I just write down germaphobe? Maybe I just wrote down germaphobe. He said that he always has to be in control. And so those words came out of his mouth. And even though Val didn't say those exact words, you can glean from her that she is very similar. She likes to be in control. Again, I can relate. That never goes away, right? Wanting to control things. But, you know, depending on how much work you do, you learn to deal with it. You learn that you can't control everything. It's exhausting. You can't control people. You can't control outcomes. The only thing you can control is you. And 9 times out of 10, you know, depending on what you're dealing with in your life, shit, sometimes you can't control that. So that's going to be the sticking point for those two, and how they both battle to control this relationship and steer the relationship how they each respectively kind of want it to go. That's going to be interesting. Johnny said he was really looking forward to marriage, but he hasn't been in a relationship in 7 years. Again, I can kind of relate. I had a long stretch where I hadn't been in a relationship, and it took some practice. Well, like when I really got back in the streets and really got back dating, you know, it took some practice to find my sea legs, right? And so hey guys, my camera decided to completely cut out like 6 minutes of footage when I was talking about 2 of the couples. I am in my pajamas, I threw this wig on, put on some lip gloss, And I'm gonna say my piece about these two couples really quickly. I'm just gonna try to squeeze it in and then jump back into the video, right? We have Brett and Ryan. I like Brett. They said she was a hopeless romantic, Miss Devoted, or Miss Hopelessly Devoted. She seems really nice, and she's bubbly, she's smiley. She said she prefers quality over quantity. She said men seem to be intimidated by her. And I guess I could see that. Like, I see what she gives off externally. And externally, it seems like she gives off that she doesn't put up with the bullshit. But I don't know about like internally and like in practice in relationships. If she's Miss Devoted and if she's Miss Hopeless Romantic, to me, even though she gives off externally, she doesn't take shit. To me, it seems like in this relationship, in this situation, she may be rolling over. Like, I feel like Ryan is gonna take advantage of her. And what I'll say about Ryan, the main thing that I took away is just, he's just really jaded about dating. He's dated so many women from all walks of life. This woman, that woman, this type of woman, that type of woman, a woman here, a woman there, which is fine. You know, he's single. But I don't know, like, I can't help but think that it's not, like, does he want marriage? Or is he just tired of dating? And those two things are really different. Do you want to be married? Or are you tired of doing this thing in the streets? I don't know. I think he has so much experience. I think he's a smooth talker. I think he knows exactly what to say to women. And I think it's kind of why I think Brett might be in danger a little bit. I don't know. I'm gonna keep an eye out for Ryan. I don't know about him. I don't know. We'll see. And whatever I said before the video cutout was really great. I can't remember what I said, so we're gonna move on. So that is Brett and Ryan. And then we have Rachel and Jose. Rachel seems really nice. Like, she seems really nice and sweet. I clearly love her because she does CrossFit, but no, she seems really nice. She seems to have her stuff together. What worries me about her is she got out of a relationship 6 months ago because she found him cheating. And so it's kind of like, have you had time to heal in 6 months? Are you ready to be married in 6 months? Like, she seems like a lovely woman. But I don't know. Like, just because you find somebody cheating on you doesn't mean the feelings stop from the moment that you find them cheating. And so I'm sure she'll make it work, but I'm sure there's some residual stuff from her ex. But, you know, we'll see. Another thing that was said in her segment is that she tends to mold herself to her partner and she bites her tongue. And so when I hear that, it makes me think, like, how do you get what you need and what you want out of a relationship if you don't open your mouth? If you don't tell your partner what it is that you're looking for and what it is that you want specifically? Because, you know, your partner's not a mind reader, and this is just in any situation, anything that comes up. How can someone know what you're thinking and what you need and what to give you and how to treat you if you don't tell them? So I think that's going to be one of her issues. Speaking up for herself, right? And kind of letting Jose know what it is that she wants and what she needs. Now to Jose. His tagline was Mr. Perfection. So I'm gonna try to be quick with this. I'm gonna try to be brief. But Jose is a good looking guy. And his family kept saying like, I don't know why he's not married. He's so great. Even him, I don't know why it hasn't happened for me yet. And Lord, forgive me. But to me, it seems like he hasn't found a woman to settle down with yet, because he wants a man to settle down with. And I know it's awful. Like, I do not know. I cannot assume someone's sexuality from what they exude externally. That is so problematic. But I cannot shake the feeling that like Jose is not into ladies. Like, and that's fine, but it just kind of seems unfair in this situation to Rachel. If that is the case, like there was a season 4 or 5 seasons back, and I'll have to see if I can find their names with their pictures, but there was a blonde lady, and then there was like a guy with brown hair, blue eyes, and he was just so awful to her the entire season. And the running thing was, well, he wasn't into her. It seemed like he was into guys. And so I don't know. It does, because a male is effeminate, because they may have more feminine qualities and like how they express, it doesn't mean that they're gay. But in this case, I just cannot shake the feeling that Jose would be happy, if they matched him with a tall, strapping gentleman. I don't know. That sounds so awful. God. I don't know. So this one is going to be interesting, and I almost kind of feel bad for Rachel, because she says she tries to fit herself into the mold of a relationship, to the mold of her partner. And so it seems like she's going to try to give so much and so much and so much. And it may not be enough for Jose, because in my head, he is probably straight. But in my head, she can never be a man. And so I don't know how he would be happy with her. I'm sure he's going to try. He seems like a great guy. And this is in my head. This is not reality. In reality, he's probably straight. But in my head, just me, I don't know anything. Internet, I don't know. This is gonna be interesting. So I'm gonna go back to Bao and Johnny, because it showed they like finished up the episode with their wedding. And so Bao got Johnny this really cute wedding gift. She's like, her humor, she's quirky. I love her dark humor. I think she's hilarious. It was like these cute gag gifts. It was just really cute. And then Johnny's gift was interesting. It was a little selfish. Like, what the fuck? What did she need jerseys for? Like, it was, But I will say, Bao's reaction really put me off. And I can relate, right? I think it's people who have anxiety. They take one thing and then it snowballs and they make it into something completely different. He gave her a jersey. Yes, he did. But she took that jersey, she took that situation, and she was just bombing. And she was just like, I can't do this. He's going to be awful. He's going to be this. He likes sports. I hate guys that like sports. And it just turned into this big, huge thing. And by the time she was getting ready to walk through the aisle, she was almost done with it. She was like, oh my God, this is going to be terrible. And I get it, right? Like, as somebody with anxiety, you will construct an entire reality. And it is not real. It's not based in anything. It's not based in fact. It's not based in science. It is completely made up. But because you have made this scenario, you have decided to run with it. And that's what she did. So that was interesting. That was very interesting. Yeah, like she literally turned him getting her jersey into like this soap opera or a movie script. Like, she just made it into a whole thing. Yeah, like you basically just made it a movie script. Like, I don't know. I don't know. That really rubbed me the wrong way, that meltdown. But like I said, damn, it's so crazy in these shows because they kind of show you your bad traits. Now, hey, I've been doing a lot of work. I am a better person. But they show you your bad traits and they kind of throw them in your face, right? And so I was really annoyed with her. And then I was like, wait, I'm pretty sure you've done that. Yeah. And so we get to the wedding. They know each other. They both seem to be really relieved at the fact that they knew each other. She was a little giggly. I could tell she was really nervous because, you know, if you see her in regular conversation, she is not laughing and giggling and smiling like that. You could tell she was really nervous. But I do think they were both relieved when they actually saw each other. And I think maybe when they met in college, maybe they had a little crush on one another. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe not. I don't know. Like I said earlier, I think this is gonna be, I think they're gonna butt heads a lot. She likes things how she likes things. He likes things how he likes things. She is very vocal. He is very vocal. He said he wanted a woman who would take control and do this in a relationship and do this in a relationship, and she would be first. But you don't want that. You said you want to be in control. I'm confused, okay? It's going to be very interesting. And one important note, right? Bao's family was like, oh, she needs someone who's going to be patient. Like, she needs a man who's going to be patient. There was no mention of, like, her patience. Like, she's going to have to be patient too. Like, I think she is going to have a lot of work to do to figure out how to make this work. I also think Johnny is going to have a lot of work to do to figure out how to make this work. And I think it all boils down to how worth it they think this is going to be. And that goes for all of the couples. Is the marriage worth what it's going to take to get through the next 6 weeks and beyond? Is it worth it? I don't know, y'all. We'll see. And listen, I am not married. I am in a serious relationship. So I can't speak on being married, but I can speak on the tenets that essentially amount to a healthy relationship. I'm just learning so much about fucking compromise. Learning so much about compromise. Jesus Christ. But just, compromise, being selfless, communicating, even when it's uncomfortable, being vulnerable with your partner, being honest with your partner. Like, these are all tenets that build a healthy relationship, right? And without that healthy relationship, then you can't have a healthy marriage. So listen, I'm not married, but the healthy relationship thing, So I don't know. I'm gonna show up. I'm gonna give my 2 cents. Damn it, because I can. And if you find value in it, I hope you find it entertaining, and I hope you find value in it. But it's good for me, right? Like, I think it's just cathartic for me, because after these shows go off, you get so frustrated. You have so much nervous energy, because right now it's really sweet, right? They're just meeting each other. They're just getting married. But as we all know in this show, shit gets crazy real. Things break bad so fast. And so, like last season, I just had so much anxiety after I would see Chris, just run down on Paige. I just had so much anxiety that I couldn't release. It got so bad that I stopped watching it. And then I would just kind of catch a little bit of the episode. Like, that's how bad it got. So at least with this, when things do break bad, I can come on here and I can express myself. But yeah, that's all I have for episode 1 of Married at First Sight season 13, Houston. I think this is going to be a really interesting season, guys. I really do. And if you made it this far in the video, thank you so much. Thank you for sticking in. You know, if you want to see some more of me, please hit that subscribe button. And I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much. Bye.